So this is a performance mod series, but I also need to keep up with the maintenance on this car, and that serpentine belt was just about due for a change. And the idler pulleys were a little bit noisy, and that harmonic balancer down there wasn't in harmony anymore. Okay. I'm done trying to justify it. I really just wanted to try one of these Underdrive pulley kits. But if my girlfriend asks, this is a maintenance item, okay? Shh. Hey guys, welcome to Browney's Garage and the next episode in our Barra Performance Mod series. So far in this series, we've had this car, my BA XR6 Falcon, out to set some base times as well as showing what weight reduction can do to reduce these base times. We then started on the performance mods with the standard things you do to almost any car, upgrading the intake and putting a full exhaust system on. As an added bonus, the car's sounding much better than stock, so if you haven't checked out those videos already, go back and check those ones out as well. Today, we move on to searching for a little bit more power with an underdrive pulley kit. But what is an underdrive pulley kit? Well, a kit like this works on a pretty simple idea. We're trying to increase the engine's efficiency by reducing the drag and load that accessories put on the engine. Things such as your aircon, your alternator and your power steering. The idea being that the less load these take up and the less power they sap away, the more power we get to the rear wheels and better performance. This is often done by reducing the size of the pulley or the balancer on the crank and therefore slowing down the speed that each of those accessories rotates at. All of that should make more sense as we go, so let's open this up and see what comes in this kit. This is a PowerBond 20% underdrive kit and will set you back around $330 posted and ready to bolt on. I'll have a link to it in the description below. I ordered this one from Mace Engineering as they were the best price I could find. Here's what the kit comes with. We've got a couple of new metal idler pulleys there. I believe these are the same size as the stock ones but metal and obviously have nice new bearings in those. We have the new shorter belt as a stock one would be too long now. This is a 6PK2160, nothing too exciting there. But here's the big one, the new balancer. This is where the benefit comes in. As the name of the kit implies, this is 20% smaller than the stock one, and as an added bonus, it will be lighter than that stock one, so it should act a little bit like a lightened flywheel would. The difference in size will be much more obvious with the old one off. We'll do a bit of a comparison once that's out. I've seen claims of anywhere from 10 to 15 horsepower increase, so up to around 10 kilowatts. Not 100% sure on that, but more than anything, reducing that weight and less driving accessories should make this car rev up much more happily. Before we get started fitting all of this, let's take a second to discuss some of the potential downsides of this kit. With that smaller balancer, as we discussed, you will be rotating all of your accessories slower, again being your power steering, your alternator, your water pump and your aircon compressor. Now, whilst I don't think this will be an issue with any of those, if you do encounter issues, it will be at idle or lower RPM. So you could potentially at low revs get heavier steering, less charge in your electrical system, less cooling from your aircon and less engine cooling. The heavier power steering isn't a big issue and it's the middle of winter here, so I'm not about to go and test the aircon, but safe to say, if there is any change in that, it should be pretty minimal. The engine cooling system should still be plenty enough for this car, but we'll also have a little mod later in the series that will help to more than balance this out anyway, so I'm not concerned there. My only slight concern is the alternator and the charging system in this car, but I will test that once this kit is on and we'll make sure that the charging rate at idle is sufficient, and I'm sure it will be. This kit's pretty well tested. Another small downside, on top of that kit, we will need to purchase a more specific balancer pulley puller tool. I don't believe the more universal ones will work. At very least, it doesn't seem they will if you want to keep the radiator in the car while you do this job, so that makes it a lot easier. Now, before I tell you the price and you freak out, I'm pretty confident that if you want, you can pick this up new, sell it secondhand for $15, $20 less than what you paid for it, and you'll have essentially got away with it as some sort of tool rental. You could work it out that way if you like. This little tool costs $165 up front, or if you plan to keep it. Now that sounds a little bit expensive, but even when you put together the price of this, if you don't on-sell it, if we get anywhere near the gains that people claim that they do with this kit, it'll still be more than worthwhile. And your engine will be a little bit more efficient, so potentially there's fuel economy gains to be had there too. So you can offset the cost of that a little bit against what we've got here. Okay, enough talk. Let's get stuck in and get some work done. Start by removing your thermo fans to give us a bit more room to work. You may also have to remove your snorkel if you have the factory intake. To remove the old belt, fit a bar or ratchet with a 3/8 drive to the tensioner here and lever it clockwise to give some slack and slide it off. Don't even bother looking and trying to memorise how the belt goes on. You'll immediately forget that and your nearest loved one's birthday. I'll flash the diagram for this up on the screen later. The top idler pulley and the tensioner can then be removed to fit the new pulleys. Take note of the pin on the tensioner and where this fits on the engine block for later. We can then remove the bolt holding the balancer on. Easier said than done. In a manual car you can lock this with the brakes on and in gear, but this isn't possible in an auto car. I tried what I could, but had to revert to an old backyard hack trick. Lay some sturdy timber across the front crossmember and radiator support, keeping it off the radiator and any lines there. Push your socket and breaker bar right onto that bolt and snug the end of the breaker bar against the timber. Then go into the car and just barely bump the key to start for a split second. It's not dodgy if it works, right? Bolt can then come out and make sure you get the washer that comes with it. I don't really feel like talking about why that tip is in there. We can then line our tool up, push it in and turn so the prongs grab the balancer. I couldn't fit a socket and ratchet, so a shifter was used here. Shout out to Scotty over at Street Machine. With the old balancer off, we can now compare the two side by side. So hopefully you can see the new one is considerably smaller there where the belt runs. 20% I guess, so quite a big difference there. That'll add up to definite gains there, but what you can't see on camera is the weight difference between the new one and the old one. There's roughly somewhere around 1.5 kilos, the new one being lighter than the old one. Doesn't sound like much, but when that's weight that your engine has to turn, it can actually make quite a big difference. I'm going to quickly change the idler pulley on that tensioner over on the bench, and then we'll start putting everything back on in reverse order of how it come off. Should all be pretty foolproof. This new balancer, as with the old one, is keyed, so there's a groove in there that will line up with a spot on your crank. As long as you make sure that's alright, and this belt surface is to the front with this large metal section to the back, put it back on, start bolting it all back up. I'll have torque specs on the page, and all of the bolts we're putting back in, being that they are rotating for the most part, I'm going to put blue thread locker on there, just to be sure. Okay, let's throw this back together, and I should be test driving in no time, hopefully. So that's all fitted up, job done. Now let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. I did mention that I would check the charging system, and I've gone ahead and done that with my handy dandy multimeter. This gets cracked out quite a bit if you're familiar with the channel. And before, after, I'll flash it up on the screen. Really, I don't see an issue. There's plenty of charge there. You're not going to have any problems, I would expect. So more than happy with that. Now I've had it out for a really quick drive, not too much, but had a bit of a play. And as far as any other downsides go, I don't see it. If they're there, they must be very, very minimal. Cooling hasn't been an issue. AC, I'm not using it at the moment. I don't expect there'll be a huge change. And the power steering, some people say it should be a bit heavier. If it is, I'm not noticing it, and that's coming from me. I'm a complete wuss, so if it's fine for me, I assume it'll be fine for most of you out there. Power-wise, do I think we've picked up power? Very hard to say seat of the pants, but I definitely think we've picked up power, and it definitely seems, again, a little bit more eager to rev out. Keeps revving right through the whole top end. Seems to pick up a little bit more down at the bottom, but you know, this is all seat of the pants stuff. I have seen back-to-back dyno results, and if I can find them again, I'll try and post them up if I can, with someone showing gains of around 7 or 8 kilowatts at the wheels, doing similar back-to-back, just swapping the balancer and this kit over. So I'd be fairly confident we've picked up power there, and honestly, it's such an easy job. You know, it's pretty basic stuff. I'd feel confident that most people can do that at home. So go ahead and do it, I reckon, if you can. I definitely recommend that one. That brings us to the end of this episode, but there's plenty more coming up on this car and this Barra Performance Mod series. So make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this one, give it a like, and drop down in the comments what else you'd like to see done to this before we head back to the drags. If we ever get to, if they ever open up. I'm sure they will shortly. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there. Hope you're well. Cheers.